Omo, Mr. Kachikwu Dumebi has finally scattered everything, exposing Peter Obi article and ADC's plans. This time, it didn't come empty-handed. It came fully prepared with concrete evidence. In fact, Seun was shocked when he saw the people Dumebi came with, plus the hard evidence they brought along. Remember the last time he appeared on Chinese television? He was really angry, saying that they wanted to take his spot in the party. He even promised he would come back to show Nigerians how fake Atiku and others are, and how they have been trying to deceive the people. Well, my people, this time he is back, and it no be small matter. Even former Governor Sule Lamido also shared his own opinion. Take a listen.
The presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress in the 2023 election, Mr. Dumebi Kachikwu, says he will contest the 2027 presidential election under the ADC. Well, ADC, you will know that Atiku Abubakar, David Mark, Aregbesola, Amechi, and the rest have taken over. At a press conference today in Abuja, Mr. Kachikwu said his aspiration is premised on the fact that he's eligible to contest for the presidential seat to contribute to the socio-economic and political development of the country. Mr. Kachikwu is opposing to the ADC coalition formed by the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He argued that he is against those who want to hijack the party through the back door because he does not want a free and they don't want a free and fair election. Mr. Dumebi Kachikwu is here with us tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Kachikwu.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Kachikwu, the last time I thought you were here, you said you were going to fight on. And one would think that in all of the furore about the ADC and your grievances, one will think that maybe you have seen.
How do you
look like you have seen that you have totally lost the game?
Absolutely, absolutely. Question. No, essentially, I was quiet in the media for the last 10 days because I took ill, and that's why when they had their neck and made all the noise in the media, I didn't respond. But no, absolutely not. It's an ongoing conversation. We are in court. The court has gone on break, and when they come back, we'll continue the litigation, but absolutely out of the question. You understand that you are facing the law courts and you're also dealing with the court of public opinion, and that's what they are doing is essentially claiming ownership of ADC in media, and that's why it's important for us to always come to the same media to ensure that people know the actual truth, that ADC is not in their control.
Mr. Kachikwu, you call the ADC takeover by figures aligned with Atiku Abubakar a fraud backdoor hijack. That's how you said it. Arguing that these individuals entered without due process and are entrenched in expired mandates. How does your camp plan to legally or politically reclaim control of the party's leadership and restore democratic order?
Essentially, what we did today was put in the public domain the fact that INEC's mission of Nwosu ab initio was based on a false premise. They obtained a fraudulent court judgment in the Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt, forging the signatures of some of the state chairmen, and entered into a consent judgment that proclaimed Nwosu as the chairman. And INEC touts that and says, oh, but there's this consent judgment from the Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt, and there's this arbitration also based on that consent judgment. That's why I came today to let Nigerians know this situation, that consent judgment was fraudulently procured, that is
and this was taken before the court.
Before the court.
So let's get it clear.
Yeah.
So you claiming now that there are state chairmen of the party whose signatures were obtained, and you're saying that those were fraudulently obtained.
Correct, yes.
And that's criminal, are you aware?
Absolutely criminal.
And these allegations you are making
are
against this kind of persons.
I am telling you that it's actually unbelievable the extent they went. So in order to use the ADC, I told you when they approached me, they needed to clear all the legal encumbrances within the ADC. And my people were in court then, which is why they approached me to remove the litigation in court. And I said, absolutely not. So what they did, they went behind me to approach some of the state chairmen to say, take this sum of money and withdraw your cases. Some did, but those said they were not going to withdraw their cases. You know what they did? They forged their signatures. And then when...
Do you have evidence today?
Absolutely. And that's what is the evidence I'm presenting here before all Nigerians. So they went to court, forged their signatures, and said these people have entered into a consent, into an agreement to forge their case, and that they now hereby recognize Ralph Nwosu as the chairman of the party. And forged the signature of the chairman of Benue State, forged the signature of the chairman from Borno State, and signature of some other people. So what I have done today is present to the whole world. This is the judgment. These are the signatures. These are the international passports of these gentlemen. Please check the signature specimens and see what you have before you.
Have you presented that to the court?
I have presented that. We've done a petition now to the authorities, law enforcement authorities, for them to investigate our claims so that Nigerians can see what these men who say they want to rescue Nigeria, if anybody tries to rescue Nigeria on an illegality, tells you who these people really are. I also have here the state chairman in question who have their international passports here.
I imagine that you are alone. So you are saying that you are not alone.
I have them here, actually, here within the studio. I have them.
If you can come, I see that some of them are...
So you can see what they did. You know,
You
they've
can
been
come
claiming
over.
to Nigerians. You saw when they had their neck, they brought people and said these people are state chairmen. Those people are not state chairmen. So you see the state chair. You can go to INEC portal in Benue State. This is Elias Sadiku, who is the state chairman in Benue State, for example. This is the state chairman from Borno State. This is the state chairman Nasarawa. This is the acting chairman from Akwa Ibom, right? And look at the signatures there. He's brought his international passport, so you can cross-check the signature.
So let me ask you, gentlemen, are you aware that the party was going to hand over to the Atiku-led opposition coalition?
No, I was not aware.
Did anybody have this discussion with you?
I was not briefed. We were not briefed.
We understand there were meetings.
Yeah,
and that all the structures of the party have been handed over to the David Mark and Aregbesola-led ADC.
If I was in agreement, I would have been in a meeting. They did that, the unveiling on the 3rd of July, because I know that what they have done is fraudulent. You can see everything they have done about me, Honorable Elias Sadiku, is fake.
Okay.
Look at my passport, look at the name here, and look at the name here. Everything is forged. And see the signature, see my signature here.
Who
does it correspond?
Are you aware of who did this?
No. It is brought by the party. I assume that it's the party who has done it. And it's just about how many days ago I've seen it.
This is the signature as presented to the court.
Yes.
Your name is on number 7.
Yeah, you can see.
And this is your signature on...
My name are forged.
Okay, your name is Adiku.
It's not
Abu Elias.
Adiku. That is
so
not
Adike.
Look at Adiku here.
Oh, so that means it's not you then.
It's for the world to know. But they said he's chairman of Benue, which is not true.
But why are you people not wanting to work together to change Nigeria? Because they say they want to change Nigeria.
The people who destroy Nigeria want to change Nigeria. What are they talking about, Seun?
We want to change Nigeria. But it's not with this crop of people who came with not being a member of the party. As I'm talking to you, they are still not member of the party. Because the constitution is very clear. If you want to become a member of a party, you go to your grassroots. That is the world level.
Are you also you feel the same way?
Yeah.
What said you are from Borno, right?
No. I'm from Nasarawa.
Nasarawa.
State, yes.
So is your case the same?
Same, but my signature wasn't there.
They omitted your signature.
No, I'm not part. It's not part.
Okay,
It's just Borno.
But are you saying that you are not privy to, or you don't align with the David Mark leadership?
Never.
Did Mr. Nwosu did he meet the state chairman at all point?
No, not at all. You see, when we came from Abeokuta 2022, because we went for Abeokuta to select our presidential candidate, that was on the 8th of June. Then Dumebi Kachikwu happened to be one of those presidential candidates. So it was at that point, after that, we were thinking, after the primaries, Mr. Ralph Nwosu organized a convention to bring in new leadership. So he didn't do that, but we tried to question him because there's a danger in it. If you don't change the leadership, even if Dumebi Kachikwu happened to be the presidential candidate taken to court, under litigation, under that thing, there's possibility that he will lose out. So we're advising on that capacity, on that ground. He refused to listen to us. After we returned, we had our meeting in the party secretariat where he chased the chairman all away.
How?
Yeah, because that is the beginning.
So he chased all of you.
All of us, because he brought in some people. 19 of us. He suspended us there and then. So from there, when we went to court, Justice Binta Enyako, she gave us the judgment that, of course, Ralph Nwosu is no longer the chairman because his tenure has expired.
That's what we're telling
As a lapse. So he refused.
He
refused to abide by the law, the judgment. Then he went to Kaduna, Zaria.
Yeah, you are from Nasarawa.
Nasarawa State.
And you're
He's the state chairman of
I'm the
Nasarawa.
state chairman Nasarawa.
Yes.
You're also state chairman,
I'm
chairman,
acting chairman, Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
And you are also not aware of this.
I'm not aware of it.
Is your signature here?
No, it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there.
So you are lucky.
It's not only lucky, we are still in the same vision. Yeah. Because, you know, even if I want to draw the Nigeria to the latest information, you know, I think on the 3rd of July, Nwosu said he's no more the national chairman. But on the 29th of July, he signed this letter, this very document, to INEC as the national chairman. So you can see the level of illegality.
You guys have been, your structures have been dismantled. That's what we understand.
No.
At the national level.
No.
Do you still control your party at your state level?
Various states. By the constitution, we are going on the 12th of May 2026. Yes. That is the aspiration.
You are the state chairman from Borno.
Borno State, yes, sir.
Borno, is your mandate still standing?
Of course.
Well, I mean, is your name here?
My name is here, yes, sir.
Okay.
Kala.
Yes. Your name is on the number what? Number what is it now? Is your signatures?
Number 4.
Number 4. Malam Muhammad Khalid.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that how your name is spelled?
No, it's not to be Khalid. It's supposed to be Kala.
Kala.
Yes.
But so that's not you. So what are you doing if you feel that your signatures have been forged and things are not going? You are just 4. I don't know if it's only 4 of you.
More.
You are more of you.
Yeah.
Whose signatures were forged?
Yes.
So what are you going to do right now?
It's before, like I said, our lawyers are taking a petition before the police and the DSS.
Yeah.
We want to see what they will do. Obviously, you understand that the government of the day benefits from the crisis within our party. So that is why I'm putting it in the poor view of Nigerians to understand that this crime has happened. We petition the police and the DSS, and we want to see what they will do, seeing that a crime, a forged signature was used to procure a judgment in the High Court of Appeal in Rivers State. It's a serious crime. So we want to see what they will do. I'm also calling on the IGP to ensure that Ralph Nwosu doesn't flee the country, saying that this information is out in the public now.
All right.
It's a serious crime. What they've done,
Gentlemen, you can please have your seat. Thank you so much for. I need.
Because I trust you, I believe that you have prepared this.
You can also. Why don't you leave the international passport for him also?
It's attached here. Okay,
yes.
okay, great. To reform Nigeria, what is going on in the country is not going well. But can you give them a chance to use your platform to fix Nigeria?
So she was saying that when I aspire to the office of President of Nigeria, that I myself don't want to reform Nigeria, or that I don't have the talents to reform Nigeria. Last time I was here, I said, when you have a situation when people have set a building on fire, are those the same people who you want to put out the fire? That's our situation. All the people you've mentioned, look at that picture of those people who were there on that platform. Former vice presidents, governors, former ministers, former senate president, former House of Rep members, former senators, former this, former that, former this, former that. And yet, see the situation in our country today. And then you expect that these same men have had a Pauline conversion and that they now want to retrace their steps and do the right thing for Nigeria. Can we risk this?
Give me a moment, Mr. Kachikwu. I understand now that our connection with former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, is okay now. Your Excellency, can you hear me? I was asking you, I don't know if you have heard that there is a possibility of former President Goodluck Jonathan
before your question,
to be in the 2027 race on the platform of the PDP. Did you hear that? And if you did, how did that come to you?
Now, coming to the issue of Jonathan, I think the next couple of weeks, are going to be very, very kind of interesting, because things are very, very dynamic. The way things are happening, with such quick succession, I don't think we'll be able to see what's going to emerge in 2027 for election. One is that, obviously there is now this groundswell that, APC has failed, and nobody wants APC. The question is, the other parties in opposition, and those who, how do rally around, how do harness all this goodwill we are now having through APC failure, which we save Nigeria? That's the next question. So, if Jonathan is stepping in, then you are going to have, ADC, PDP, and the APC. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I like, the more the merrier. To me, I love a crisis assured by, there are challenges. And I think Jonathan is most welcome. He's most competent. He's very qualified, eminently, talking politically. And so, to me, I welcome him into PDP. I welcome him.
The big question is, if you are strategizing for the PDP, you would like to put your best feet forward. Would you say Goodluck Jonathan, if given the ticket, is your best fit?
I think so far now in the PDP, and with all respect to all the members of the PDP, I don't see a better alternative than to Jonathan. If he comes to PDP, I don't see any other person, really. If we're giving the presidency to the South, into the PDP, who is there in PDP now who can challenge Jonathan in terms of pedigree, in terms of being there in office, in terms of being cool-headed, in terms of being somebody who is willing to listen, and somebody who is also a key player, who believe in partnership. I think for PDP now, they should try and woo him, and he's their best bet. To me, he's their best bet.
If you want to match Bola Tinubu, in every sense, get someone from his zone. And those who are saying Seyi Makinde has shown himself as a good governor who has performed in Oyo State. In all of this, there's a Seyi Makinde possibility. There's a Peter Obi possibility. And there's a Goodluck Jonathan. And let me ask you, as a minstrel in the political business, what is your bet on these three?
What I'm saying is this.
Who would you place your bet on?
Before I made my choice, which is very, very personal to me, it's personal. You see, there's now this, groundswell that, all Nigeria are now saying, we want to remove APC from government. I mean, this common understanding. And therefore, you have the Atikus, you have the Jonasons, you have the Obis. So it means really on a better ground, on a higher ground morally, and in terms of political, history, to be able to come together. And then I'm sure when it comes to putting somebody for Nigeria, people are more than willing to make sacrifice. If for instance, if Jonathan is the best, I'm sure Atiku and Obi will say, okay, I'll make that sacrifice. The same thing if it's going to be Atiku or Obi. So it's an issue of now that, Nigeria now wants somebody who Nigeria will rally around. And anybody put forward by the PDP, for Nigeria will support him.
I know you are a very strong critic of Bola Tinubu. The APC is saying that Bola Tinubu will even get more votes in the Northwest and in the Northern Nigeria in 2027. What is the crystal ball? What does it look like to you? What is it telling you?
If you're going to rely on the kind of political rhetoric and propaganda, then you can't even leave your bedroom. Because people keep, assuming things, which are not there. And therefore, this culture of false propaganda, lies, is part of Nigerian, culture now, which is being hosted by APC. What I'm saying is this. The election in 2014, in 2022, were election between PDP and the APC. APC filled in Tinubu and the PDP filled in Atiku. Therefore, the victory was for the political party, not for the individual. the victory should always be for the political party, not for the individual. When you make it to the individual, then it means you are diminishing the entire process of democracy. It is the political party which won the election. And therefore, if Tinubu has failed, and from one indication, he has failed because like we were just saying in the 12 lights, he has failed. Therefore, stop saying, Tinubu won. It's because Tinubu, ADC, APC has failed. And because it has failed, people are very, very angry. Go over, not even also, even in the south, in the southwest. I mean, if you go through TikTok and see what people are saying about Nigeria, and today in Nigeria, we are so low that we are even dramatizing hunger in our comics. In comedy, you put the clips, where people are stealing food and putting it in pocket. It shows that today hunger is not the main thing, because each country, by its culture and tradition, dramatizes what they do in terms of development. If you go China, their drama is on, it's on ICT, high building, what have you. But in Nigeria today, it's so primitive. It's about even food. Today, food is part of our drama now, putting food in pocket. So it shows how low it goes. So the issue here is the party which has failed Nigeria, both north and south. And therefore, if we unite, whether it's Jonathan or Kachikwu or Obi, it should be there for Nigeria to be able to address the issue brought in by Tinubu, the issue of hunger, issue of poverty, issue of insecurity, issue of lack of democracy, issue of coercion and blackmail.
A lot of Nigerians just have their minds on how to rescue this country. And that's why the sojourn of some of the Atikus of this world to your platform, ADC, but you are rejecting them now.
Seun, let me address very squarely what former Governor Seun Lamido said. It reeks of hypocrisy. It is injustice, inequitable. It is the height of the injustice we've seen displayed in Nigeria from time immemorial. When President Jonathan was in office, we saw this hullabaloo about his non-performance, that he was a wimp, that he had nothing to offer, that governance had completely failed. They rallied Nigerians and bullied that man out of office, only to bring in a northern president, the late President Buhari, the worst president we've had in the history of Nigeria. Failed this country, took us back over 40 years. Tell you what, please tell me of any politician from the north of note who said what former Governor Seun is saying now about this president. Not one of them. Only former Governor Wike was speaking, challenging, and I myself, as just a nominal civilian, challenging that government on their failure. None of them said anything. The same playbook is back again. President Tinubu, 2 years in office, has failed because they cannot stomach having a southern president stay for more than 4 years. They've assigned to us each time 4 years. That's what the northern elites have done. Tell you something again. The situation in North, I grew up in Kano. For over 40, 50 years, we've watched a situation where we've had a lot of northern head of states, northern presidents, and the situation in North has not changed. No education, no thriving economy, absolutely nothing. Because what do? They weaponize the lack of education and the poverty, so that each time they use it for political purposes. And so every day they're telling them, because of your poverty, it's President Tinubu. Because of your poverty, is that we have a southern president. It's not even about President Tinubu, it's about those of us in the south. Obi is not acceptable. Nobody in the south is acceptable. So now what are they doing? Let me tell you the playbook today. Field President Jonathan, field Obi, we support you. So that in the south, we have a lot of candidates, and then they will field an Atiku. If these men, these few northern elites are honorable, I challenge them today to say, just like we did in the south when former President Buhari had failed, that we will field a northern candidate because it's the turn of the north, and former Vice President Kachikwu was fielded. I challenge them today to say, guess what, guys? In our so-called power rotation agreement, it's none of the South. We are not happy with President Tinubu. We will let Southerners field or will support a Southern candidate. I bet you, I stake my last dime on this, they will never agree to this. The plan is that they will field a strong Northern candidate and have a plethora of Southern candidates in the field, so that come 2027, they'll take over power again.
All right.
But in taking over power, I want to say this. Look at the state of the North today after 8 years of the late President Buhari.
All right.
Look at the poverty.
All right.
Look at the dilapidation.
Yeah.
We need to tell ourselves the truth. And Southerners keep on making this mistake. We are always politically correct.
We're totally out of time, Mr. Kachikwu. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dumebi.